Hey, good morning. It's Friday. It's 7:30 in the morning. I am just leaving Esterhazy, and today we are going on what hopefully is the longest ride I've done. Should be about 327 kilometers. It says the first highway junction there is 25 kilometers. But yeah, I'm heading out to go and visit my mother. This is a goal that I've had to be able to bike out to Killarney for a little while. Okay, so as you may notice, I am wearing a jacket. Got 2 pairs of gloves, including a winter liner glove. I actually have a vest on underneath the jacket, a jersey, and a wool base layer. So you might be wondering, why do you need that on August the 15th? It's +8 outside Celsius. And I had my friend Kent, who's doing the Great Northern Bikepacking Route Saskatchewan. He came through Esterhazy there last night. He stayed over and he set up a tent there in the backyard. He agrees. It was pretty cold this morning. In the background you can see the head frames of K3. And so we're just passing the Mosaic belt line over there. Brings them towards K1 and K2 where their mills are, and it brings them there from K3. And I might have to stop up at the junction of Highway 8, 28 kilometers in, just to take off this jacket. Be bold, start cold and all that. And so this is the salt pile from K2 potash mine, no longer in operation underground because of flooding issues. So they bring all of the ore mined from K3 up over the surface and across those conveyors that you saw, the conveyor belt, to be processed both at K2 mill and at the K1 mill. A little different view of the salt pile. Can-do rail locomotives. The mine of course has lots of railway track where they move around potash just on site. So there's the Bridgeview manufacturing bin set up, and over there's Narenda bin set up. Big farming out here. Then on the other side of the valley here, that's about a half a kilometer climb, maybe 6%, about 30 to 40 meters depending on the length that you call it. There's more in the Narenda farms. Over here we've got the town, little hamlet of Gerald. I'm going to take off my toe warmers, my winter glove liners, my jacket, might even take off the vest. We'll see. So I lost the jacket, I put it in my pack, I put the toe warmers in my pack, I put the outer gloves in my pack, and I also kind of lost the tailwind a little bit, having to push a little bit harder to maintain 32 kilometers an hour. 58 minutes in, and of course 32 kilometers in. But it's a beautiful day, gained some sunlight, and look at this pavement. So here we are climbing up the Cut Arm Valley, 1.2 kilometer long, 4% average, 50 meters. The dog chasing, oh boy, he went right to the fence. Hopefully he stays on his side over there. He has just given her here through these fields. I am through the Copal Valley, not the Copal Valley, sorry, that's the next climb, through the Cut Arm Valley. And this dog is just enjoying going for the run here with me. Don't know if you can see him out there by the bales. Yeah, right here in the number 8, just before you hit the Copal Valley. 5 potash mines all around here. So this is the entrance to the Copal Valley. Lots of oak trees out here. Doesn't look super steep, but it's a couple kilometers long at about 5%. So here we are, making the corner a little bit to the south. We're doing 55 kilometers an hour. It's about a 3% hill, Copal Valley here. And yeah, this is the beauty. You don't usually get to go to this section of the Copal Valley on my rides, but brand new pavement here. Basically all the way to Moosomin now. 65k an hour, 70 kilometers an hour. We're slowing down. So over there you can go that way to get to Birds Point Round Lake. Sorry about the shaking there. It's really ripping it up. So yeah, there's the backdrop of the Coupelle Valley looking back to the west. And here we are going east. We got to get up that climb. This is going to be climb 3 of 5 for the day. I think there's an Assiniboine River Valley in Manitoba. Here we go, 2.5 kilometers and 120 meters of climbing. It says average grade 4%. So not that's become obvious to me is how different these gears are on my road bike versus my gravel bike. Some raccoon poo out here, but yeah, I mean, it's a 7% grade. I'm in a low gear, 250 watts, and I'm only doing 66 RPM. So I think I got a 23, maybe a 25 on the back cassette. My gravel, I got a 34. Now there's a smell I haven't smelled since the mountains. Brakes. There's just a little silage truck going by there. He's running the Jake. Protect his brakes a bit. There was a harvester in front of that. You could sure smell the brakes as they were going down this 9% grade. We are climbing up. Oh boy. 1 kilometer to go here. I don't know if you can see that, but sun's shining. It's a beautiful day. Let's roll. All right, we're 2 hours in. We're 63 kilometers down the road, and we are south of Rocanville on the number 8. Look at this pavement, brand new. All right, we're at Moosomin now. It's been 2 hours and 47 minutes of ride time. That pavement was pretty much brand new, all the way, all done. Now I just get to ride this nice little tailwind, and should be able to make up some time. Anyways, we're 88 kilometers in, 2 hour 48 minutes of ride time now. All right, here we are, Saskatchewan, just passing the co-op Tim Hortons and Moosomin. This is what they call chip seal. Now if this looks like they threw a bunch of marbles on the road, that's about it. Yeah, I'm on my road bike, not my gravel bike, so this kind of sucks. 11 kilometers of this according to the sign. You also got to watch when a truck goes by. Sometimes they kick up these stones. Hard to believe, but suddenly the shoulder got a lot better. It was like really rough. Shoulders are sometimes got these perpendicular cracks that are a couple inches wide. Potholes. They don't really get the care that a highway does because nobody's driving on them. But usually you can ride to the left a little bit, a little closer to the white line. But here, unfortunately, it's all chip sealed. So yeah, like those cracks right there. It's rough. I have 2 spare tubes with me, so I'm a little bit concerned about flats. Now I do have a patch kit. Ah, so nice. That chip seal is all done here at the little town of Fleming. 110 km/h speed limit again. There's the old, what is it called? Kent Hotel in Fleming. That chip seal was so rough, probably can't see it very well there, but my little handlebar bag there just rattled the heck out of it and tried to come loose there. So I tightened the strap up here around my stem cap, but of course that just rattled right off too. So yeah, we're 103 kilometers into the ride. Plan to do double Imperial Century, 325 or so, and change, maybe 327. 3 hour 13 minutes, 103 kilometers in. So that's 224-ish to go. Hi, almost a third of the way there. Here is another welcome to Manitoba tourist sign. Different than the one on the Highway 16 that I was at there just a little while ago with Craig and Terry. This one's of course on the number 1 highway. The most concern is it seems to have switched from the northwest to the southwest. And yes, I'm going east, but I've also got to go south. So hopefully it doesn't turn into a cross headwind as I go. Let's talk a little bit about nutrition. So on this ride, I got a honey stinger waffle. I got made good granola bar. Had some granola bar bites. You might see the honey stinger energy chew wrapper up there. A kind dark chocolate chunk granola bar. And then of course I have a little bit of Kirkland's signature trail mix here. You might notice a couple of honey stinger things in there, as well as that made good granola bar bites. You don't know what you're gonna feel like eating, so I'll just bring a lot of stuff. That was what fit in my jersey pockets because it was so cold, 8 degrees to start with here. I knew I would be taking off layers as I went. When I stop in Verdun, I'll be taking off these tights and the jacket. I'm gonna have to stop for some lunch there. Again, I've been going for 4 hours, 133 kilometers now, and I'm gonna need a lunch and a refuel. So grain carts are moving. That little thing with the tracks in front, there's the tractor pulling it along. The grain cart behind there. That's kind of the most efficient way to get the crop off the field. They harvest it with the combine, put it into the grain cart. Big semi-truck, tractor trailer, highway tractor that unloads the cart and brings it into the bins in the yard. Alrighty then, it's 1:30. Been going for 5 hours of riding time, 6 hours total time. Had a couple of stops, and then I stopped in visit my in-laws. Thanks Diane, she made up a bacon and egg and tomato cheese melt sandwich ×2. Got some pineapple juice and some water, topped off my water bottles, and we are rolling right along here. Just checking back behind me. We are at 4 hour 59 of riding, 163 kilometers of distance, so should be game on for 10 hours of riding. All right, the clock just ticked over at 6 hours riding time. I've got about 1 hour and 5 minutes of stop time in there, so 7 hours total trip time. We are at 199.4 kilometers, about 130 to go. It's not raining and the wind is mostly in the right direction. We are on Highway 21 on our way south to the junction of, I think it's Highway 22 that goes into Souris to the east. Alright, so we're 6 hour 48 minutes into the ride now, 223 kilometers. Just had a kind bar, dark chocolate oatmeal. It's alright. Might have to make a pit stop in Souris here. Maybe grab a Gatorade and a pack of Twizzlers, something sweet. Just craving something different here. Highway 2 in Manitoba. Not the best, it's pretty rough. There is no paved shoulder, so taking a lane. But when you do that, I do find the traffic is actually quite courteous to you, and they in fact give you the whole lane when they pass by, which is much different than when you're on the shoulder and they give you about 3 feet. Car up ahead. So that's the negative of no paved shoulder. So we're taking the 22 highway south of Souris. We came into Souris on the 2, and we came into the 2 on the 21 from the 1. So what we have left is the 23 and the 10 and the 18. So kind of like 3 more highways to go. Less than 100k, which is good because it's getting to be, what is it, 5:15 Manitoba time, so 4:15 when I left. About ready to be off the bike now, but another 3 hours should do it. Hey, it'll be a 10 hour 20-minute moving time. 12 hours, which is what I was pegging the whole ride when you include lunch and snacks. That's one of those field wells. They drill tiles, put them around the edges, and it drains the excess water out of the field. Lots of them around this area. So it looks like I'm just about at the corner of 22 and 23. I did a little bit of forward planning. Looks like it was a good thing that I went back into the Cirrus gas station. I thought, you know, I'm just gonna get an extra Gatorade. I got lots of water actually. I got tons of food. I may as well carry one with me just for the heck of it. My original plan was to go a little bit further east on 23 and go into Ninette. When I looked, it was 57 kilometers and I had an hour and 40 minutes to get there before the gas station closed. So some approximate math, that means I got to do 40 kilometers an hour. Well, I'm averaging better than 30. I'm doing 29 right now, but I don't think that's possible. I don't know if that gas station's going to be open. I can always go and try my luck with a $5 bill, and I might just if I need that little caffeine and sugar boost. But in the meantime, I got a full bottle of electrolyte, a little bit left of my power, Gatorade I should say, and probably 2 bottles worth in my pack. So I got, well, it's a good evening here. It's 6 o'clock now in Manitoba. It'll be 5 o'clock Saskatchewan time. We are at 8 hours of riding, 257 kilometers so far. The gas stations are apparently closed. But as I'm kind of from this area, I remember there was a grocery store and said grocery store is open until 8 o'clock. So I do have 2 full water bottles and I got about 70 kilometers to go. So I mean, really, I can make it. I got lots of water. And what a better thing than to grab a cold can of Coca-Cola. So I'm hoping that Google hours are actually correct. I'm gonna risk it and go in to the town. Might be about 4 kilometers out of my way, like 2 there, 2 back kind of thing. Still feeling good. Got lots of food, but looking forward to a Coke just for the last 30K. Hopefully they're open. All right, well, we are at the junction of 23 and 10, the John Bracken Highway. This goes south to the International Peace Garden. It goes past a provincial park in Manitoba called Adam Lake Provincial Park. That was actually one of the spots where I was considering stopping, depending how far I got, but I feel good. I'm gonna keep on going. All right, well, there we go. We're off Highway 10. We are back on 23 East. We got past Minto. Yeah, that's not really my favorite highway. Really, really busy. Cars are good. I mean, they go right around you, give you the lane. They don't try and squeeze past you, but you're relying on everybody to be alert, so a little bit much. Thank you for giving me the whole lane. Highway 23, I know this was paved a couple years ago, and look at this, a rarity in Manitoba. We have a paved shoulder, and this is a pretty low traveled road. Farm I grew up on is actually on Highway 23 out here. Where I went to kindergarten is on Highway 23. Time for a little bit of a snack here. Go with some high carb, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of starch. I'm going with cherry nibs. As you can see, I already ate some of my granola bars I got from my in-laws. Thanks Diane for letting me raid the pantry. Yeah, we're heading east right now, 31 kilometers per hour, so should be ready for the chicken supper at 2 hours time. Winner chicken dinner. Pretty calm wind now. The windsock at Nutrient Ag Solutions there. Not really going out. There's a little hamlet of Margaret. Picnic spot, 1 mile. Riverside Centennial Park. Just across the highway here from Dunray. Town of Dunray. Lots of good bonspiels back in the day in the curling rink there. It's that time of the year here. We're starting swathing, harvesting. 189 kilometers. I think we still got another 7K to get to the grocery box in Ninette. Hopefully they're open. I want to get my Coke. I'm pretty confident they're open. It's a big hill I gotta climb back up. If they're not open, and I won't have my Coke. But there goes a fox running across the road. Probably cannot see that at all on the GoPro. This is the Ninette Valley. So far 579 meters of elevation and 295 kilometers. This hill into the valley here. Haven't been through here in a while. So of course we're on Highway 23, which sort of merges with 18. It's actually opposite the direction of the original route. Oh, there's somebody out with a hay bind. Getting another hay cutting out here after all the rains. Up ahead we got Pelican Lake. Pelican Lake is a pretty big lake. There's a yacht club, they use it for sailing. Pretty good sailing out here. There it is. Showing you how big that is. 3 kilometers is my scale marker. Really thought about going for an ice cream here. Hot and Frosty's open. There's the grocery box. Got my Coke. So up ahead is the lake. We are going uphill though. Up 18 south, 23 west. There's a little tempo. I got word that that was closed when I looked at the hour. Sure is. Guess there was 2 other options. There was the Hot and Frosty to get ice cream and maybe some burgers. I'm not sure if they sell that. And also the Ninette Hotel. I don't know if I'm dressed for the dress code for a beer though. Probably wouldn't get out of there. Have to set up my tent. It's on the back of here. There it is. 40 meters of climbing. Not a really significant hill in a kilometer. But again, if you're from the prairies, this is a pretty decent hill. All right, 22 kilometer push to go. We can open it up a little bit, give it more power. Double Imperial in reach now. There we are. Got the green jersey for Killarney. There is a sign. High Life Pork. 10 hours of riding and 3:21. So moving time, double Imperial in 10 hours. Broadway, I believe it's called. The Shamrock Center hockey rink hall. Even the fire trucks are green here. Lots of leprechaun and Irish inspiration. A little bit of views around the lake and the water treatment plant. And there's why people flock here. Aaron Park, Heritage Center. Blarney Stone is in there. Burger shop, cut. Dogs going out for a run at the baseball diamond and the horse racing. There's the Turtle Mountain Flywheel Club. They restore old tractors and threshing machines and kind of preserve the past. A little bit of a museum out there. So it's Friday night. I wonder if the Shamrock Drive-In's playing anything tonight. Does not look like it. So believe it or not, that screen is made out of shipping containers. And at one point, that actual tornado hit the screen and totaled it. Legend has it Twister was playing when that happened. Spider-Man, Superman playing August 31, September 1. Alright, well, cool down's completed. It's a little cool heading this way actually. Time to go get some chicken supper. Anyways, it's been a good 10-hour, 20-minute ride here. We're gonna get close to 330k. 329 and change, I guess it'll be. I do have my bike packing bags with my tent and my sleeping quilt. Everything is ready to set up. I don't think I'm going to need it though. I believe I've got a bed to sleep in tonight, so brought it along. Bike packing, a little fast. But I'm not going to miss setting up a tent here when I'm sleeping in Killarney. Thanks for watching.